Life Hacks Beyond Convention with Dee and Sonia.
Would very easily turn into a hermit, but I wouldn't be a nice hermit.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think it's not healthy for me to be too isolated. I get too in my own little world, and then I don't want anyone interrupting it. So it sort of compounds on itself a little bit. Yeah. So, and then I'd probably get depressed. Or maybe I'd get depressed and then be an old hag. Either way. Yeah. So, like, it's sort of, what are you doing here? I want to be alone. And some of that's from, I had very open house policy when I was homeschooling, and we were here all the time. So friends would just come. Whereas when I started retraining into coaching and other things, I needed to know who was coming and when. It's like we're on, doing our recording. I don't want interruptions. I don't want a friend coming by and just walking in the office. So I changed the rules around that and just said, you need to let me know and clear it first. And so that's been better in that. I think we all started doing that more. And it kicked in more so during COVID, because if someone was slightly crook, well, you wouldn't go there, but it's also more respectful, and I wasn't respecting my own time or privacy previously, whereas now I do.
Yeah, when we homeschooled, we had a very open door policy too. I don't think my policy's changed as such. Life's just changed.
Because you're sort of semi-isolated because of location, weren't you?
Yeah, we were.
For some of that time. So people,
that's true.
Yeah, it's not as easy to drop by.
That's
unless
true,
you're going
actually.
past.
Well, that's true. People planned it, more often.
Yes. Yeah, well, we're just on the edge of the town, so it's really accessible. So
that's true. Whereas because we were probably about 25k or so out of town. So,
And one of my friends lives sort of very close to the centre of town, and it's on the main drag, so she's still got a bit of an open door. It's if my car's there, say, that means Dee's visiting, but that means anyone else is welcome too, because we're already visiting with each other. So whereas that's not the case at other places. So so I guess we've all got our own little set of micro rules around what's happening. So one of the girls that lives behind her doesn't have visitors. She spots whose car's there and comes. It's so we've got this sort of thing going, if you see cars at someone's place, then you're kind of welcome.
Anybody I know wouldn't be able to see who was at my house. It's just different, isn't it?
It's a different dynamic completely. I was very lucky, because had I not met those girls when I came here through someone else, I wouldn't have lasted in Gladstone. I don't know what I would have done, but I would have been a mess, because we had already Tony had made relationships with all the farmers on our list, and a lot of them are close to here. Not any of the wives or anybody reached out to say welcome to town or anything. Like, there's no outreach to new people at all. And we didn't do school, we didn't do pub, and we didn't do sport. And they are the three things that run a small town socially. And I was just fortunate. I was introduced to people, and they said, "Oh, come along to coffee, or come to a Tupperware party." It was the first one, and it was So I created that, and I was invited into that network. And I think a lot of people see pictures of country towns on TV and stuff, in movies. If they drive through a country town, they see people wandering around and talking to each other. So it gives the impression that country towns are really friendly, which
Mm,
they are, to those who already belong.
mm,
And the reality is that it's probably because they're related, or they've known each other since primary school.
mm,
So you've got this microcosm, size-wise, of people who've known each other forever.
mm,
And Gladstone works for those like me that come in because there's always been a transient population.
mm,
So when I said before that they had the three banks and there were fuel depots, there was ETSA, there, all this,
mm.
they all had transient
Yeah,
workers,
yeah,
3-year slots.
yeah,
So it doesn't matter where you go in South Australia, if you say you come from Gladstone, SA, oh, my uncle used to run the blah, or my dad was there for 3 years.
yeah,
Um, and it's just the fact that it's got that habitual group that transferred through and that stayed and rolled on. And then I
mm,
got included in that.
mm,
So that, yeah, bank employees, nurses, yeah.
mm.
Whereas other towns I've moved to haven't had that transient population. And so yeah, you've got to really push yourself out socially and to be involved in the groups that they're interested in before you get included, if you get included, because they don't need
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, one of the country towns I moved to, I didn't stay there a huge amount of time, only a couple of years, but it had a real veneer of friendliness that actually everybody was very friendly, very nice, very kind. But
Mm,
because it was not a transient town, and just I think everybody's related and interconnected in some way. It's actually they don't have a lot of room in their life for
yeah.
new intimate relationships. So they're
Mm,
actually very friendly people, very nice people, and kind
yeah.
people. It's just that their lives are full. So
Yeah.
if you want to be part of that, then yeah, it takes a lot of hard work to become
Yes.
involved, and takes a lot of years before you truly get accepted.
Yes. Yeah. Mm.
Mm, yeah, they just don't have the need for outsiders.
Well, that's right. Yes, they've got their friends, and all their friends are really close geographically too.
Mm,
Whereas people in the city, your friends could be all over the place.
mm,
So,
yeah.
yeah. So there's a couple of
Well,
things
and
that
in that
impact on it.
town, the friends that I tended to make tended to be other new people into the town. Be
Exactly.
the ones that I
Yes.
got stronger relationships with. That wasn't the
Yeah.
case for everyone. Some of my friends
Mm.
were locals, actually.
Yeah.
But
I had an odd situation with two of our clients' wives who were the best buddies with each other. If I saw one on her own, she'd speak to me, or either of them on their own, they'd speak to me and say hello. If I saw them together, they would avoid me.
yeah, that's
It
strange,
was
isn't it?
bizarre. It was like, oh no, you're my, and they were the best, bestie friends. So I don't, that's their social issue, not mine. But I
Mm,
just found it interesting to observe that and go,
mm,
oh, okay, yeah. So what happens in that situation when somebody leaves for some reason, you know?
mm,
So, yeah, I think they are very dependent on a very close relationship, and that narrows their field as they get older. If
mm,
people get divorced, some relocate.
mm,
Yeah.
mm,
And if you're too dependent on one person,
mm,
then yeah, it's a very close loss that you suffer when someone
mm,
else's life changes. Yeah.
mm. Yeah, it is.
Mm.
And often you're not even aware that you created that loss.
No, you're so used to it because you've done it since primary school or
Mm,
something that, yeah, and you expect it to go on and on. Yeah, it would be sad for them.